Kinseh in the blue. Dreaz in the red. We got a rematch of a game we've seen before on the FeerRL stream. The second ever title match, as I would say it, which is Kinseh, the absolute monster, 15-0 on the stream, going up against Dreaz, the current streaker in the ranked ladder. Recently got #1 overall out of everybody. Now currently is just #1 in North America. But he's getting his second shot at Dreaz. He got his first, or sorry, he's getting his second shot at Kinseh. He got his first shot at Kinseh after going on a nice streak on the stream. And he had his first little title match where he tried to take the belt from Kinseh in a best of 5. Kinseh at the time, I think, was only 10 or 11-0. And when he went against Dreaz, Kinseh took it in 3-1 fashion. And Kinseh's going to go up early in this game #1. Kinseh having certainly be the favorite. Anybody he plays in our stream at this point is the favorite. Is going to get his East servers first. Dreaz is a Californian, so he plays out of the West servers. But we're going to jump back and forth each game, starting with Kinseh's server. So here we are on East, and he is going to get his first goal on his own servers. Dreaz trying to get a kickoff goal here. But Kinseh and Dreaz, I would say, have some very interesting styles. Dreaz we've seen in the past liking to slam the net over and over in a variety of ways and just win based on war of attrition at that net and slowly beat down the defenders. Kinseh has just barely gone beast mode when he really needs to. He's so comfortable and so in control of all these matches we see him play. It's hard to really know what his full try-hard playstyle is. One thing I will give credit to Dreaz is the last time these two went against each other, we did see full-on try-hard Kinseh, and he was absolutely clinical in that one, slamming long shots and power shots in the net, and not just exclusively going for his normal flip resets and crazy acrobatics that he's been trying to do recently. He's going to get caught out just barely here, trying to stay close to Dreaz. And Dreaz going to take it up the wall and tap it into the net. The implications of this game in terms of the standings of the Feer 500 is also pretty immense. Dreaz missing what was a somewhat open kickoff goal. I think he probably feels like he could have taken that one in. Kinseh trying to keep the pressure on. Trying to play slow and bait Dreaz into coming up for the ball early, but Dreaz is able to get a good connection. Musty is going to send this ball flying with speed at the back of the net, but using that Musty a little bit too soon, so the separation from the ball happens way on his own half, and he's not able to actually connect with it. Dreaz missing on yet another easy opportunity, but Kinseh is going to let him have it after all, as Dreaz absolutely should have finished this ball rolling in front of Kinseh's net. Kinseh let the guard down a little bit, and Dreaz does eventually tap it in. Almost halfway through the game here, only 3 goals scored. Kinseh trying to take a kickoff ball towards Dreaz's net, low boost. Dreaz puts it into the corner, and Kinseh is going to pop it back up to himself. He's going to try and continue it and keep that ball high so Dreaz can't get to it, and he does. Nice double tap off the backboard in order to secure this one. Good boost starvation from him. Whenever you have a defender in net, boost starve, just want to keep that ball as high as possible, because that defender cannot afford to jump early. They'll be glued to the ground. And Kinseh, although the ball does finally cross, maybe more at like the midsection of the goal, he keeps it high enough that Dreaz can't keep it out in time. But Dreaz is going to get first possession off this kickoff. Backflip flick from him. It's taken away easily by Kinseh. Kinseh is trying to grab that midfield boost, but Dreaz is there early. So he'll back off, and Dreaz has another open opportunity. Kinseh is not afraid, though. Dreaz taking too long to execute on whatever he was setting up. Kinseh trying to play fancy off the wall. Not able to get his last touches. It looked like he was setting himself up for a backflip. He's going to pass an easy one over to Dreaz, though, as Dreaz making a quick read on where he was headed with that ball. Kinseh trying to push this out forward and pass it to himself, maybe, but it's not going to work, as Dreaz is going to go up 3-2. Both these guys streaming their games right now if you want to watch Kinseh or Dreaz's perspective. Kinseh is going to be able to corral this kickoff goal. Kinseh playing at twitch.tv/Kinseh_. And Dreaz playing at, of course, he's letting you know in chat, TTB/Dreeza. but Kinseh tying it back up. Kinseh is the king of the FeerRL stream. He's going to place this one in fairly easily. I guess Dreaz just glued to the ground with his limited boost as he doesn't even come up for this one. Just another high placement from Kinseh. He's going to be able to execute. And even though the ball drops, it drops late enough that Dreaz not able to make the recovery in time. Kinseh going to take control on this kickoff yet again. Nice early flip to get back to the ball. Tap it above Dreaz. Chat's divided. And Kinseh versus Dreaz. Both these guys, such nice players. Kinseh hasn't put a strong effort into the ranked ladder in a long time. So it's hard to know where he stands. But I guess at the same time, we know exactly where he stands. The man has never gone to a Game 5, it feels like. Sharp somehow did make him go to a Game 5 earlier in the Feer 500 season. But Dreaz is going to just chip it off a little bit harder than he would have liked. He tried his best to wave dash and jump to get back to it, but Kinseh executes in time, pushing it in net and going up 2. Dreaz has an opportunity to put Kinseh down in the mix with him and Chronic to try and earn some tiebreakers if they have a 3-way tie between the 3 of them. As it stands right now, Chronic has already lost to Kinseh and beat Dreaz. So this is the last of the top 3 going up against each other. Chronic definitely is a big Dreaz fan now, as he wants to see Kinseh get another loss, as it will make it much easier for him to potentially sneak into the top 2. Kinseh going to need a flip reset to get extra power. He needs to push this in, and he will. Absolutely insane play from Kinseh, running out of boost, up so early, flying from the side of the field. Such a strong first tap to get that on net, and needed to get a flip reset to find any extra power with the no boost that he has, and he does find it to go up 3. Next season, where there'll be quals cinched, yeah, definitely there'll be quals. There might even be quals for more places, as I think we've yet to decide. We might do it like RLCS, where the top 4 people who end up finishing in the playoffs can take a spot back if they want. But I think we might have more of a refreshed set of people than we might think. Kinseh with an early air dribble. He's up 3 with 10 seconds left, looking like he will take game number 1 on his home servers. Kinseh's air dribble, trying to grab the bump, and he does with 4 seconds left. Just a little bit too late. Kinseh will definitely be able to finish this one off, but a nice play for the road as Dreaz gets ready for games 2, 3, 4, and hopefully 5 if we're lucky fans watching. Kinseh with a fake kickoff. Not a bad idea. Gonna waste at least 3 seconds. He's gonna tap it against the backboard. And Kinseh will go up 1-0 in this best of 5. You wish there was a Feer 500 2v2 or 3v3 tourney? I mean, maybe we'll dip into stuff like that. You know what I've really been thinking about doing ever since the Fusion? Fusion RL, or sorry, yeah, I guess that's what it's called, hashtag Fusion RL, was announced, is before it starts, I want to do some, like, how do you say, crew battle scrims, if people want to do. Love to host a crew battle scrim. But here we have a very important match in the Feer 500, and this is all just 1v1, as Dreaz is going to get the first kickoff goal on his own servers. He's got the 28 ping now versus Kinseh's 78. He's going to tap in a kickoff goal with a nice flick, using the last bit of his power to put that in the top of the net. Dreaz trying to do his best to take down the king. He's in prime form, but he was also in prime form last time he went against Kinseh. So we'll see if this time's any different. Looks like he's going to go up 2-0 as Kinseh just pops it out to middle. Kinseh is liable to make a mistake or two in series. But as we always say, and you've heard me say a million times if you're a big fan, is that mistakes just do not seem to bring Kinseh down. His ability to come back after them and have it not affect his play seemingly at all is unmatched. He's going to miss on this little 360 shot off the ceiling. He puts on enough pressure to slow Dreaz down, but Dreaz is able to get the mid boost. So he's going to be able to execute a dribble here. He backflips, maybe not intentionally, but he's going to keep slow playing this as Kinseh waits and waits. And Kinseh is going to be able to take it away. He's able to push Dreaz out of the way, and that might be enough for him to double tap this in. But he doesn't go for the double tap. He ends up shooting for the top right corner, and Dreaz is able to bop it away. Dreaz going to bounce this up high with low boost. Early challenge from him as he knows he's in trouble if he lets Kinseh have a dribble without any boost for himself. Kinseh is going to try and rush this one down to Dreaz's half after the demo as fast as he can. That strong tap is just a little bit too strong as he's not able to get around it and tap it into the net. But Kinseh, keeping the pressure on, is going to find his first goal as Dreaz was trying to close the distance after the demo. Would not want to play defense from far away with his 30 boost, and Kinseh able to tap it over him and take his first goal of game number 2. Dreaz trying to take the low 50-50, and Kinseh has an open net now. These guys do not really miss, but Kinseh is going to miss this one. Play it slow. Seems like Dreaz is a little hesitant to go for the ball, almost as if he's playing differently, knowing he's going up against Kinseh, as there's a lot of opportunities that Kinseh is kind of handing the ball away, but Dreaz is playing extra conservative, extra defensive with his 2-1 lead as he does not want to let it slip, and it's going to cost him yet again as he goes for a fake challenge in the corner instead of actually challenging this ball. Kinseh is going to hold on to it, drop it low, and then push it past him. I mean, Dreaz is putting himself out of position to actually make a play with that fake challenge. It's time to realize that Dreaz is just as deadly as Kinseh. He needs to start having the confidence. He's going to go for a nice air dribble bump, which is a good way to get these great defenders out of the net, but he only barely gets a tap, and Kinseh is able to keep it out. Low boost for Dreaz. He's going to try and stay on the attack. He realizes after that tap that it's over for him. Kinseh will execute his dribble. Fake challenge gets Kinseh to drop the ball, but Kinseh just going to slam into Dreaz and score a third goal here. Perfect play from him. Another fake challenge from Dreaz, yet to go early. See if he ever starts to mix that up, but nice play from Kinseh, realizing his best opportunity is to use the air roll flip into the car of Dreaz and let that ball just slowly roll in. 3-2 halfway through this one, and make it 4-2 as Kinseh is able to execute off kickoff. Dreaz just out of position, tried his best to half flip back to an area where he could make a save, but just stuck on the ground, and Kinseh back in control of this game number 2 after starting out, I think, down 2-0. Kinseh has gotten 4 in a row, and a goal line save just ever so barely as Kinseh slams it off the post and ends up missing the boost and leaving a lot of space for Dreaz that Dreaz did not expect. Kinseh trying to rush this one in, and Dreaz gets a touch on it, but not enough as he just pushes it to the top of the net. It's still going to find its way in. The speed counterattack by Kinseh, just slamming it right on top of Dreaz's car. Actually harder to tap away than maybe a ball that was pushed off to the side when you just have nowhere to flip to push it away. Kinseh with the 180 to set himself back up in a power position behind the ball. Dreaz flick up high, gives Kinseh a shot opportunity, which he takes. Nice jump to avoid the demo and grab the boost, but he just forgets that the net is somewhat open. He is going to take this save, though, and should be able to get an easy third goal as Kinseh's second follow-up goes directly into Dreaz's car as he's ready for it. I think Kinseh actually had Dreaz in a tough position, so Kinseh's a little bit bummed. And like our favorite player always does, he seems to just drop the controller when he knows he's getting scored on. Dreaz with the flick, stopped out by Kinseh. Dreaz absolutely missing what is another free opportunity. We say it time and time again, when people are going for these upsets, you want to see a player take somebody down. You need to have perfect execution on the gimmies. You cannot afford to not take every gimme you have. And in this situation, Dreaz not able to tap in what was absolutely a gimme. He's going to get a much tougher one here as he keeps the pressure on in Dreaz fashion. Doesn't need to score on the first one, just needs to pull out a tough enough save, and he does. Kinseh gets a little bit caught on the post, and Dreaz puts it faster than Kinseh can handle. And he will put himself down 1. No worries, IE Bunnies. Dreaz not able to make a play off the ceiling. How in the world did Kinseh get a demo there? I feel like Dreaz was the one that was supersonic, but somehow Kinseh comes out with the demo. The game just seems to favor him. Maybe to make more sense in the replay, Dreaz trying to keep the pressure on, ends up just tapping it to the corner, and Kinseh takes control. Trying to set up a musty flick for himself, but doesn't actually grab any power from him, but he does grab a demo and should be able to slam in a stick skull. 24 seconds left, looking like Kinseh is starting to secure this game number 2 to put himself on match point back on his own server. Gonna need some kickoff madness here from Dreaz. Not exactly known to be an insane kickoff player, but all these guys in these 1v1 mains definitely have a great kickoff. Dreaz trying his best to rush this to the net as fast as he can. He knows that not only does he have very little time, but he wants to try and execute on the demo. But it ends up putting too much separation on him and the ball. Kinseh knows he doesn't even need to guard the net anymore. Dreaz can put another one on if he wants. But game number 2 will go to Kinseh. And he is going to get a 7th goal here, trying to get a nice musty or catch it right at the last moment to put on a 7th goal. And we'll head back over to US East for game number 3 as Kinseh goes up 2-0. Hey Feer, how you going? I'm going good, Jimbo. What's going on, man? Jimbo 102. This is a good game, man. Good matchup we got today. Another good matchup coming after this, so stick around. Kinseh versus Dreaz, game 3 in the Feer 500. One of the few matchups we have against invited players, and look at what we're seeing. I think this is the first time we have seen a Dreaz Batmobile. I don't even know if I've ever seen Dreaz play the Batmobile on his stream. I thought actually that one time I suggested he play it when he was playing a bunch of different cars and he said Batmobile no way, but maybe I'm misremembering. But here we are. Dreaz is trying to channel his inner Fairy Peak and Mile as he hops in the Batmobile, and it's working for him so far as he's able to tap it under Kinseh off the kickoff. Nice half flip from him up early, but then dropping it low as Kinseh was guarding the mid-range. He's going to be able to bounce it under him. We'll see how Kinseh handles the car change from Dreaz. Long shot from Kinseh, stopped out from Dreaz. He's going to be low boost in his own net. But he's out early. Tries to get a 50-50. Kinseh wins it. Dreaz tapping it up high to himself. Good read from him as he's able to panic, defend this one high, and Kinseh still can't rush it. Nice smart play from Dreaz not to take that into his own corner, but instead turn that back towards Kinseh's net, which putting Kinseh on the defensive. Nice save off the top of his goal from Kinseh, tapping it away with the perfect read on where Dreaz was taking it. Just trying to fake after fake as he's using that flip to push himself back to the ground to reinitiate his dribble, but not able to find a hole in the Dreaz defense. And then a long shot from Dreaz, misread by Kinseh as he thought this had a chance at going in at the last moment. So he went up and left it open for Dreaz as Dreaz is going up 3-0. Such a nice play from Kinseh we've seen those few times where he's using that flip to push himself back down. As he jumps up to set up a flick opportunity, he's in such a threatening situation that Dreaz has to stay down to respect it and get ready to potentially save what might be a nasty flick. But the important part of what Kinseh's doing is Normally when you go up for a jump like that, it takes you so long to come back down and you end up losing possession of the ball, but Kinseh wisely using his second jump while completely upside down in order to push himself back to the ball and make a second play as fast as he can. He has an open net here he created for himself after a nice play on the wall. He's going to continue his trend potentially of going down early. This time he's going to go down 3 instead of 2. And we'll see if he's able to find his way back in the last 3 minutes and 12 seconds, or if Dreaz Batmobile will be too much. Dreaz tapping this ball away early, giving possession to Kinseh, but electing to go back and take his back corner boost in order to try and put him on a back foot. Kinseh doesn't seem to be worried as he's sitting in net. A little bit of a misdribble by Dreaz, but maybe not. Maybe the perfect read, as he knew Kinseh was in a tough spot to make actually worthwhile save. So he just rolls it at Kinseh and says, try and do something with that, man. I know you can't. As Kinseh's backflip does not push it over Dreaz, and Dreaz is ready for it for the second tap. Actually a very smart play from Dreaz in that situation, making a really good read that Kinseh's save was not going to be a good one. If Dreaz had tried to take a low flick or a 50-50 or some kind of situation that would have put him out of position, Kinseh might have actually been able to tap that away and maintain possession. Nice speed from Kinseh on the second attempt to just push it over Dreaz. Dreaz recovered as fast as he could and gets back down, but with no boost. He does everything he can to try and get back to the ball, but well placed by Kinseh, and it's not going to matter. So I think in our previous matches, Kinseh had made back his deficit by halftime, but Kinseh is able to hold on to it. Coming into halftime here, long air dribble from Kinseh is going to work as he perfectly puts it in the top of the net. He's up for the early challenge, but trying to play this challenge backwards is so hard, as he just kind of got nowhere close to this one. Found himself under the air dribble and did not know what was the best way to get back to it. Kinseh. Saying he got kicked out. He left the party, left the match. We'll see if he is able to get back in the game. It was 4-3. Oh yeah, for sure. Dreaz is absolutely going to get his 4-3 back. So here we are, we're back. We've recreated our situation in which Kinseh got DC'd. Another change that happened is they had a different kickoff. They were going to have diagonal kickoff before the break. And Dreaz is going to put another one on to make us all feel just a little bit better about that break going that way. And maybe in Kinseh's heart of hearts, he tried a little bit half as hard to save this one. We'll pretend like that's the case. And here we are back. Dreaz getting an extra goal as he's trying to take Kinseh down in game number 3. Playing on US East on Manfield night here. Trying to take down and do what no one else has done, which is give Kinseh a loss and buy a shirt that says 15-1 as he's finally able to take Kinseh down. Kinseh with a nice midfield 50-50 though, and he's going to be able to roll one in for a 4th goal. How he was able to keep that 50-50 going straight in the air, it seemed like Dreaz had really good positioning with the Batmobile. Kinseh trying to sneak it in the far side of the net and then trying to grab a demo, but he's not going to be able to, and not going to be able to grab either of the boosts. So Dreaz will be able to take it to the other side of the field, get a goal and a demo for the road. These two guys trading back and forth and kickoff. But Dreaz is going to be able to get boost and tap the ball away, so he'll get a 7th goal. Not often you see these guys go up 3 times in a row at midfield trying to gain possession off that kickoff. Usually someone will give up possession in order to just go grab some boost and be sure they're not going to get scored on. In this case, we would have expected that out of Kinseh, but Kinseh maybe playing from behind, knows he needs a couple buckets, tries to keep the pressure on, and instead gets scored on out of midfield. Dreaz not grabbing this touch. Certainly getting more separation on this ball than he would have really liked, as Kinseh puts it in such a dangerous position. He's trying his best to keep it in the air and out of reach of Dreaz, but doing so also keeps it out of reach of going in the net. Kinseh, nice air dribble. Look if he goes for the flip reset. Look like he could have just snuck it in fast, but Dreaz making the play and saving out the slower play. Kinseh had a somewhat open net, and then I think maybe almost overthought it a little bit by going for the flip reset and playing a little bit slower, and that ended up being the reason why Dreaz was able to stop that low shot. Kinseh is going to get it right back, though, with a kickoff goal. Dreaz not able to connect on his pop, where he's trying to gain possession. And 100 boost up super early to stop out Kinseh's attack. And grabs the demo. Dreaz playing so fast right now. It should give him a 9th goal as Kinseh tries to get there for the save, but just taps it in harder. Absolutely insane challenge from Dreaz. Watching that from Kinseh's perspective, no one could have seen that coming as Dreaz pulling the trigger early to take that wall play away from Kinseh. Kinseh's going to scoop under Dreaz and get him to miss. Kinseh doesn't seem like he's trying to win game number 3 as he knows he can't get 4 goals in the last 15 seconds. So he does what he does best and keeps his seemingly lighthearted outlook on the game. Decides to just throw some freestyles up and let Dreaz have an open net here and think about game number 4, as Dreaz will be able to take Kinseh down in at least one, and he'll at very least match the scoreline he got last time of taking 1 game from Kinseh, but he's trying to take more in the Feer 500. Game 4 in this great matchup. I'm sure there are implications for each individual game on where these guys might end up in the standings, as they're both trying to make top 2, but I haven't done all the Gibbs math yet. Kinseh having a ball drop into center for him. He's going to put it off the back wall and try and keep it high like he's done so many times. Not quite able to get there with his low boost, and Dreaz will save it out and take possession. So he goes high on the wall, almost definitely plans to drop it down and take it low. He's able to take the left corner boost, and he'll take the other one as well. As Dreaz trying to get a nice air dribble, and he does. Kinseh had more boost and maybe could have come up for the attack on this one earlier, but maybe afraid that Dreaz is going to try and get the flip reset. He drops it down at the perfect time and stays above the ball, ready to take a 50-50 as he pushes that air dribble into Kinseh's net and will take the lead early in game number 4. Trying to do what only Sharp and FeerRL have ever done. FeerRL doing it almost probably over a year ago, it feels like. Even more than a year ago, which was taking Kinseh to game 5, and then Sharp taking him to game 5 much more recently in the Feer 500. But Kinseh, not only does he never lose, he never even gets close to losing, it feels like. But Dreaz is going to go up 2-0 in game number 4. Kinseh's tap to the corner just a little bit too soft, and Dreaz is ready for it. Kinseh power shot at midfield. It's going to get saved out. Tough save by Dreaz as he gets that pass to get up high to stop it. Kinseh not electing to slam it right back into Dreaz. Instead tries to take it to the wall almost as a fake and try and get a second opportunity when Dreaz is recovering from the first save. Doesn't work out for him. Kinseh having to dodge demos, trying to find that second flip in order to push it over Dreaz. And Dreaz just getting a little bit too comfortable, which is something we saw him do somewhat recently against Chronic, where he just kept thinking that he had an opportunity to set up a dribble, and he just gets proved wrong in the worst way as his opposition takes it off the top of his car and slams it in the net. Dreaz just trying to take back Kinseh's boost early, and Kinseh does get a weak touch, slamming on top of the ball, able to get a second one to push Dreaz far enough out to at least give him some time to get back and save this long shot. Was able to grab a couple pads on his way into the net. Nice read from him to push this one high and out. And Dreaz using up all his boost on his attack, so he'll have to head back. Kinseh favoring possession over grabbing 100. He's tapped this ball in a dangerous spot and trying to use his flip to keep it high. Such an insane play here from Kinseh. So much detail going into the shot. So tempting to try and just slam it as hard as you can, but he realizes he needs to get under the ball, using that backflip to make sure that ball constantly stays high on the entire arc to the net, making sure Dreaz has never an opportunity to take it away, and it works perfectly as Kinseh is able to tie it back up. 3 minutes just dropping off the clock. These two guys just playing chicken in front of Kinseh's net. Who's going to make their jump first? Who's going to pull the trigger? Both of them wanting to be the last one to do so, because waiting to pull the trigger means you're able to counterattack, or in Dreaz's case, able to tap it in past him. But Kinseh makes the right read on that second bounce. Dreaz just waiting a little bit too long. But both these guys just tapping it back and forth to each other over and over and over. No one getting enough separation. Dreaz has certainly the better opportunities than Kinseh. And finally, Dreaz will find the window, as nobody going over 5 miles an hour for the past minute, as they just tap this back and forth over and over and over again. But that's what Dreaz likes to do. He does not seem to be worried, going shot after shot after shot in net until he finally breaks through the defense. Kinseh not able to grab this mid boost, which means Dreaz is going to be much more threatening than he would have been otherwise. But Kinseh just crushing a demo in his own half. Kinseh trying his best to rush a shot in, knowing Dreaz was not going to be there. And if he could have connected strong, he might have been able to put a long shot in, but he misses, and we'll have to try and work from that. Low boost for him, but he refuses to get rid of the ball, never leaving a single moment to the other player. Something he was known for even more so back when he first started playing on the stream, as he does not want the opposition to have a moment with the ball. And this time it might hurt him more than work for him, as he finds a little bit of separation between him, and he wants to reverse back, close that distance. But Kinseh is going to take the long shot opportunity he was given. Might be worth it to note that we are currently playing on Dreaz's West servers. He needs to take this one down and then get an away server game win on East. Kinseh, nice long shot. Dreaz, oh, not quite able to finish it off, and Dreaz with a perfect read off the top of his goal. Kinseh playing it slow, tapping a bounce dribble to himself. Couldn't decide. I feel like I was almost watching a car decide whether or not he was going to go for the bump or the flip reset. Not deciding either, and he leaves an open net. Dreaz going to be able to connect on it. Kinseh just hopping to spectate and hopping right back in, which I think is something I've seen people in private matches do before. Hamster Kibble's thinking he just might see a Game 5. Dreaz not coming to kickoff at all. Interesting. I wonder if he thought that was due to something that was going on with Kinseh. Kinseh is also seemingly giving up on trying to win this game number 4, as he's ready to do his 3rd Game 5 ever on stream. Can you invite me back to party? Sure thing, Dreaz. How do I do that? Can I do that in game right now? Yes, right like that. Where is TTV Dreaz? Is he not? It says he's not on. Oh, there he is. He's not TTV anymore. Or playoff single elimination? Yes, they are. Best of 5 single elimination. We're gonna go to the 3rd ever Game 5 with Kinseh in it, as Dreaz takes game number 4, and we're gonna hop over to Kinseh's servers, US East, for the Game 5 hype. What looked like could have been a quick series at first, as Kinseh, taking games 1 and 2, has proven to go the distance, as Dreaz has found his rhythm in the Batmobile, yet to lose in the Batmobile. as he's won the last two, of course, he's going to go right back to the Batmobile. He's able to grab a demo on Kinseh just barely, and going to put the first goal on net. Such a mental advantage for putting on that first goal. Oh, game number 5, guys. We have to go update the score, as Dreaz is going to start this one off early in the lead. Can Kinseh keep up his 15-0 magic? He's going to leave a little bit of a window for Dreaz to shoot here, but Kinseh is able to recover in time. He knew what he was doing, as he now has an offensive possession and just catches Dreaz off guard. Should be able to finish this one, and he does. Although, it should be noted how great of execution it is. Once Kinseh finds separation between him and Dreaz, he still needs to pop this up and put a perfect shot on net in order to make sure that Dreaz can actually get back for the save. But these guys make it look so clinical. It's hard to even recognize how extraordinary they're being. Kinseh is going to try and tap it off the corner in front of the net. Dreaz is able to save it away for now, but Kinseh is going to keep the pressure on. Both these guys jumping up, trying to tap it away. Dreaz not able to grab the corner boost, and that might be the difference as Kinseh slams it in for a second goal, taking back the lead after going down early. He hasn't lost yet, and he does not plan on it. Kinseh faking this kickoff, both of them low boost situation, trying to see if Dreaz would pass it over to him, but instead Dreaz is putting this in a tough spot, not quite able to go in, and actually Kinseh is going to be first to the boost, so he'll be quick on the counterattack as he takes it to the ceiling, but the first touch is not a nice one, as he powers it just a little bit too hard, and there's not enough room to squeeze it in. Nice backflip to take it away from Dreaz. But Dreaz gets a nice chip on the ball on his retreat, but perfect placement on the power shot from Kinseh as Dreaz trying to close the distance will get punished. Kinseh is absolutely lethal with the power shots, as so many of these guys are. But Kinseh seems to be able to score just a little bit more than everyone else, just based purely on the speed he can get. Early read by Kinseh as Dreaz tries to drop it low and push it under him. Kinseh going to take to the sky. We get to see some insane acrobatics, maybe just one insane one from him, but a couple times we've seen this, which is a giveaway goal from Kinseh as he goes for something special in the air. Kinseh yet to find his rhythm with the flip resets and air dribbles, or just plays coming from the sky. Could be the reason why we're seeing ourselves in a game number 5, because when Kinseh can hit you in every which way, it's truly impossible to stop him. But this is the kind of booming long shot that sometimes is able to make it past these great defenders. This time Dreaz is there for it. Kinsey's going to keep the pressure on. He has to dodge the demo, and he's up early because he knows Dreaz is going to try and take it away. Low boost situation for him though, and at that point all he's trying to do is do damage control and keep Dreaz out of the net. Nice slow play from him, but ends up being the wrong decision as he thought he was going to convince Dreaz to get up early for this ball. Notice Kinseh closes the distance and then drives away. He was expecting Dreaz to jump up and tap it over early so that he could go for the save and take it away, but Dreaz ends up playing it perfectly slow. Kinseh probably wondering how he did not demo Dreaz right there, but Dreaz not able to get a touch after accidentally passing it out to Kinseh, and Kinseh will punish him for it. How he only got a bump, I guess he had just lost Supersonic. Dreaz was trying to set up an air dribble off his own back wall. Not able to. And Kinseh goes up 4-3. Not a lot of kickoff goals in this series. But Kinseh will get another one. A very important one. Something about the separation of more than one goal between you and your opponent feels like a way to start gaining momentum. Another kickoff goal for Kinseh, and all of a sudden he's doubled up Dreaz's score. Things can get out of hand quick if Dreaz can't stop the bleeding on the kickoff. This time Dreaz is going to gain possession, and with that Batmobile, despite having low boost, he has an opportunity to put on a nasty flick with lots of power. He's going to keep the attack on. Not able to find a useful hit as he tries to set up something special with his 360 touch. Kinseh able to go out and grab mid boost and get back in time. Too much separation from Dreaz. As Kinseh is able to find a 50-50, but the ball doesn't roll in front of the net fast enough. Another dribble from Dreaz. Dreaz needs to start scoring on these first attempt opportunities, and he's going to do so by going for the demo air dribble. Kinseh going up on the back wall or the top of the ceiling of his goal does make it somewhat easy to predict where he's going to be. As Kinseh realized that if he went for it fast, he would have ended up being too high. He had to jump off the back of his goal early, which made him a sitting duck for the demo. Kinseh, with 1:40 left, is going to have to start scoring on some first attempts like he did right there, instead of just going for the pressure plays. Kinseh, too much separation from his own car on that dribble pop-up. He's going to try and go for a long shot that Dreaz is not going to have much trouble saving, but Kinseh is able to take away the corner boost. Dreaz staying on top of this ball, knowing he needs to keep the pressure on. Kinseh's willing to leave momentarily to take away the boost, and this is the reason why all you need is just ever so slight separation over the top of your defender when you keep him as efficiently starved as Kinseh was able to. 12 boosts for Dreaz, but that's just not enough. After Kinseh is able to tap it over him, 1 minute left, and Kinseh up 3 is on his way to keeping his unblemished record. At this point, it almost seems like we're just trying to see how infrequently he can play Game 5. He's failed to do that, as he has another Game 5 here on his hands. But looking to keep his undefeated match record on stream, which will go to 16-0 if he's able to hold on to this one, and put himself 5-0 in the league with one more regular season game to play. It's not over yet, but with each second that passes by, with Dreaz not slamming in the ball, is another second he'll need back, as he does have 15 seconds to put in 2 more. That's more than enough, way more than enough to put in 2 kickoff goals, but they are going to have to be very fast. Kinseh probably wishing he had a diagonal kickoff situation in which he could fake, but he instead just wins the kickoff straight ahead. And that might be all she wrote for Dreaz as he tries to take down Kinseh, but is unable to. Kinseh's leaving this net pretty much wide open, I feel like. He's borderline not even trying to save this one. Yeah, he's just not recovering at all. He's confident he'll be able to keep Dreaz out for the next 3 seconds and not force an overtime. Nice setup for Dreaz, and if that was just a moment longer, that might have bounced up into a dangerous position. But Kinseh will take game number 5 as he stays undefeated in both the Feer 500 and ever on the FeerRL stream. Oh, babies, indeed, man. What a game. Kinseh in 5, where do you collect your prize? You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong.